Hey, performance capability, Benson here. Thanks for tuning into the channel. So today we're going to be talking about a principle of performance capability trispheron. You can't heal what you don't admit is broken. Let me ask you a question. Where in your life are you currently pretending that everything's fine when deep down inside you know it's broken? A wound hidden will only fester. You know, you've already started the healing process. Businesses, bodies, relationships, they don't heal by denial, they heal by truth. So I want you to ask yourself the question, where have you been hiding that? And that's what we're going to talk about today in this message. Let's run the intro.
Hold your breath, all the moves we're making. I'm scared to death.
So let me ask you a hard question. What in your life, in your business, and in your leadership is broken right now? Not just cracked around the edges, not slightly dented with wear and tear, but I mean broken, fractured in a way you've been avoiding, ignoring, or, disguising as fine or okay or acceptable. See, here's the kicker. Most people don't admit it. They put duct tape on an engine, smile for the camera, and pretend that everything's fine. But denial doesn't just heal. You can't heal what you don't admit is broken. Brokenness acknowledged becomes brokenness unhealed. And broken things left alone, well, they can't be ignored forever. They have to be addressed. In 1940, the Tacoma Bridge in Washington was hailed as a marvel of engineering. Beautiful design, sleek lines, a ribbon across the water, but there were flaws in the structure that engineers tried to downplay. For 4 months after it opened, the bridge collapsed spectacularly in a storm. Why? Because the small weaknesses were never admitted. They were never addressed. The cost of denial was ultimately destruction for the bridge. It's the same in your business, in your health, and in your relationships. The refusal to admit what's broken guarantees eventual failure. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but eventually it probably will fail. See, if you think about a bone fracture, if you deny it, keep walking on it, what happens? The break worsens, the healing window begins to shrink. The pain starts to compound, and before long, the smallest step becomes, agony. Keep ignoring it, and the damage spreads to the muscles, the joints, the very structure that supports you. But the moment you admit it's broken, the doctor can step in, set it properly, cast it, and give the body a chance to do what it's designed to do: heal and grow back stronger. See, denial deepens wounds. Denial deepens wounds. Admission activates it. In 1982, Johnson & Johnson found one of the greatest corporate crises of their time: cyanide-laced Tylenol. It killed 7 people. They could have denied responsibility, blamed the supply chain, or minimized the damage. Instead, they admitted the problem was bigger than anyone could have imagined. They pulled 31 million bottles from the shelves, costing hundreds of millions in losses. But that admission saved the brand. Why? Within a year, Tylenol regained its #1 spot in pain relievers. Why? Because people don't trust perfect leaders. They trust honest ones who admit what's broken and demonstrate that they want to fix it. See, what in your world or in your life, whether in your health, your business, or your leadership, or even in your relationships, is broken that you've been pretending is fine? Covering it up with smiles or distractions, while deep down you know it needs to be addressed. What would happen if you admitted the truth out loud and today, without filters, without any excuses? What shift would occur in your energy, your relationships, and ultimately your future that you finally gave voice to? Those things perhaps that you've been burying. Who around you, your team, your family, your clients, is silently waiting for your honesty before they can step in? Ultimately to support you, to help you heal with the problem that you've been carrying alone for so long. Broken doesn't mean finished. It means that there's still hope and possibility on the table if you have the courage to face it. Broken just means unadmitted. Unadmitted truth left in the dark where it festers instead of being freed. See, healing starts the second you own the brake, because ownership is the spark that ignites the repair, resilience, renewal, and the rebirth of strength you never knew you had. So let me give you 3 takeaways to help you with this situation, okay? Number 1, healing. Admit it, acknowledge it openly and without excuses, that something needs to be addressed. Recognition is the first doorway to healing, because what you name, you can fully change. Addressing it, once admitted, takes deliberate steps to deal with the problem head on. That may mean having a tough conversation maybe, or changing a process, or seeking and asking for help. Addressing it is the bridge between recognition and ultimate restoration. Advance beyond it. Don't just settle for healing the break. Use the lessons to move forward more stronger and more resolute. Advancement means taking what once limited you and turning it into leverage, letting the scar remind you of resilience, not restriction. Okay? A wound covered grows infected. A wound cleaned can close. A broken promise denied poisons trust. A broken promise admitted can restore it. Denial doesn't heal, it hides in the shadow. And what hides in shadows festers, grows toxic, and eventually demands a cost far greater than if it had been faced head on in the first place. See, brokenness unspoken is brokenness unhealed, because silence locks the wounds in place, while honesty opens the pathway to restoration. Honesty is the first medicine. Remember that. So here's the challenge I'm putting in front of you tonight. Admit one thing that's broken and needs fixing. To yourself, to your team, maybe to your partner, to your relationships. Just one. Say it out loud. This has been broken and I'm going to fix it. Because admitting it isn't weakness. It's the strongest move you can make. And until you admit it, it'll never heal. But second, you have to unleash the power of repair, renewal, and resourcefulness if you're serious about it. My name's Ben Benson. I'm from performancecapability.com or bensonspeaks.com. Really excited to share these messages with you. I'll see you in the next one. But just before I go, I want to share with you a little booklet that I created, The Art of Strategic Intention. It's a great book, unlocking high performance in business, leadership, sports, and life. 9 rules for effectiveness. In fact, the 9 rules are, I'll share these with you. The law of deep desire, number 1. Number 2, the illusion of free will. Number 3, the power of controlled obsession. 4 is the strategic nature of self-interest. 5 is the seduction of comfort. 6, the alchemy of reinvention. 7, the art of the long game. 8 is the currency of influence. And 9, the psychology of attraction and repulsion. These are principles, these are truths that I have found in my experience really help in terms of effectiveness in business, in life, in relationships, on the tennis court, on the field, on the track, wherever you find yourself. So if you want a copy of that, you can get that at bensonspeaks.com. A physical copy, go to the book section, or if you want a digital copy, all you have to do is sign up and I'll send that over to you. Hope you got some value out of this today, and I'll see you in the next message. Thanks.